Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Hope you're having a great day. So I welcome you back to the next VOD review, self-VOD review number 11 I think it should be, of my Sojourn gameplay. I don't know if some of you noticed that we actually skipped one day. Actually just a little bit, so it's really daily, but mostly daily. So let's go. So this is one of the matches we played recently. I think I will actually put myself to the bottom left. There's no mouse cam required. For this, we play Sojourn. So let's shortly think. We have Diva, Widow, and Mercy. So basically, there is not too much use to take on high risks myself. I can just go in with Diva when she goes in and flies back when she goes out. Just use the space she creates and then reset when she's out. Because Widow will have the long range anyway, and we mostly poke them while we wait for a Widow pick. And then at some moment we will all in with Diva, but the difference for us is just we do not reset, basically we just stay in. So the first thing I noticed is I didn't go in with Diva, even though it was free. The thing is, with dive characters I kinda usually don't want to go in, because they can fly away at any time. I don't know, could Diva do the same? Let's shortly check. Oh, need to set the jump time a little bit faster. Ah, wrong button. No. No. So I think the thing is because I slid out of the spawn, I don't have my slide available now. I think that's the reason why I cannot follow up the Diva. I'm basically just too slow. So her cooldown is 4 seconds, so it's kind of close. So if I would have slid up as soon as Diva flies in. So wait. Now, Diva slides in, I can easily reposition maybe to here. And shoot this Hanzo together with my Diva, but I would get the attention of Winston, so it's kind of, I really do not know. On the other hand, just staying here and shooting the Hanzo is kinda also meh, because he can just hide, so I can shoot the monkey, so he gets a little bit pressured randomly. That might work. Because in the end, I cannot really do something on the Zen, he's too far away from me, cannot reach and slide him. And the Widow is the same, I can only distract her a little bit, but I risk suiciding for that. Mercy is unreachable, so I can only shoot at Hanzo or Winston, realistically. What did I do? Well, shot the Hanzo, so I basically did nothing. Yeah, that's the point. I have a damage boost and I'm doing nothing with it. So this is a hard throw. Should have just shot the Winston because he's easier accessible. Or go in with Diva and decide, okay, we just commit here because we should get this kill easy, right? And we are basically on a timer, we should kill the enemies before the Winston kills us. Here hesitate and then I jump in after hesitating, and now I'm in the worst position possible. So this is an absolute garbage gameplay. So I should have either went in right with my Diva or not at all. And if I went in, I go in for Hanzo. Or now Mercy, of course. I could switch now. Because I can shoot her easy without going into aggressive positions. Or I help defend against the Winston. Also just pressuring the Winston out, right? But instead, I'm here in the center, garbage position, shooting a shield, doing nothing really. And I'm too far away to actually help my team, and my damage is too late. Okay, so hard throw in the first fight. We just wait for the reset. This should be a hard loss.
Might have to adjust my approach.
Winston reporting.
So I think against such snipers, I think there's no big reason to actually fire prematurely. Like, I shouldn't peek them anyway. Like, I need to charge my ray gun on Winston. And then ray something, or do something with my Winston now, because if my Winston dives in, I can stay there and shoot where my Winston lands, and that might help him out. Now here I do not know if I should have kept my orb for the Winston jump.
Nice work, team. Keep it moving.
So if I have a Winston that doesn't jump in after 2-3 seconds, then of course I can use orb, but I shoot without even waiting. Even the tiniest bit for him to drop. The thing is that imagine you do 50 damage on Hanzo that's heal boosted by Mercy, right? What do you do? Yeah, well, you remove the damage boost for half a second or something. But what does 50 damage on a target that's already death by Winston do? That does a lot more. Because now you have a scary burst damage that you need to deal with. hard focus on the Widow. Good thing I went back. I was kinda...
Coming through. Damn, we are falling apart. Threat neutralized.
Okay, good enough. I mean, it wasn't clean or something, it was just good enough, that's all. That wasn't particularly good. I could also review this fight a little bit more, I think. Nah, actually, let's do it. I should pause it before I skip, otherwise the audio breaks in. Okay, so I think... So jump on Widow was kind of okay, because I can secure this high ground position from this close range and push her out. Which now gives my Widow more space and my team more space, and we contest this high ground better.
Maximum fire.
Now I attack together with my Winston, that is good. But here I'm open to Zenyatta, so I decide to not follow the Hanzo into the enemy team. Kinda do. And I was a slight fast across this thing, this open land. I think this is correct, and I even get shot. So I better Widow would have hit this. And what let's close it, I should have actually slid it not straight onto him, but actually slid down and jumped back up. That would have been a smart slide, but that's too far away from me, so I'm not good enough for that one yet. I think the decision itself to attack the Zenyatta is not too bad, because it's basically now overexposed and alone.
We are
I
falling
kinda have a bad execution with my railgun, do no headshot, but I still have my orb to clean up, and that's the perfect thing. I had both cooldowns, and I could use both for an aggressive push on a target that was overexposed, so I should have had the advantage here. Only mistake was that I jumped over Widow's shots, but you can risk it on this level, because it's a low level, right? Those are review.
Threat neutralized. Thanks for the help.
Now I think this jump in itself is not very required, because imagine there would be now Hanzo right on the stairs, or together with Winston, and it would have slid into a position where I would need my aggressive cooldowns to get out alive, but it wouldn't have them, so I actually risk dying here in a 5-2 situation for no reason. Could have just walked, would have been good enough, wouldn't have changed anything for the game, but I would have had more risk for free, more safety for free. You can jump up here if you do it correctly,
No one can hide.
but I'm not entirely sure how. Don't be FK on payload, I knew this was a mistake, but I was just too lazy because it was the last match of yesterday. So here honestly I thought for a second that I have the advantage against the Winston, but of course I hadn't. I walked just close range into the enemy main tank. I know he has no jump. Could have just opt this and get away, didn't need to follow this. I thought he would follow down honestly. I was totally not aware of the trades, so here I needed to escape and not go back to this corner.
I'm not a fan of setbacks.
Okay.
Coming through. Not your finest hour.
Here I'm not sure what I should have been doing. I like to contest this high ground, but it's a little bit forward this position. So now I'm a little bit scared. And my plan is now to ult from here.
This ends now.
It wasn't clear or not necessary. I could have just slid in, because against we are 5-3, so just bursting them out would have been enough. Could have kept my ult. But I mean, I do not do anything special with it, right? So I could have gotten the same value without ult, more or less. The thing is that, of course, I couldn't attack the Hanzo with my wins together from that range, but there's slide available. I could have went in for an aggressive slide in. But actually, you know, the thing is that ulting here was just safer. Because I could have kept the range. I don't need the range against the Hanzo with the diving, but I need the range against Tracer, against Winston, so they cannot easily jump to my face, but I actually need to use more cooldowns. Now here I wasn't sure what to do, so I just died. I don't think so. I think this is garbage. Look at my screen. they are so far away, do 0 damage, and they have a Hanzo and Zenyatta spamming my face, and this is not the play. Either set up here or high ground to go out, the default spot, which is usually Sonic arrowed, or go right side. And basically, ideally I would wrap around the stairs, and I think I could have had enough time to have a solo position. The thing is one of the missions I need to keep slide, so if they attack me I need to slide out and get out. So they can push me out easily. But at the same time, if they follow me to this corner, like my team shooting from top, from the tunnel, they also need to give up space. So I think in general we should win this engagement if I go into this corner instead. But here down the main, I lose against by default. So I just need to play so much better than the enemy DPS by default. Also it's somewhat covered behind the payload, but still it's somewhat open. No idea how I did the Tracer. I was aiming for Mercy, but we're still lost. So apparently pressuring the tank was not enough. But I really don't know what I should have done else. Didn't see anything specific. I want to have my orb up before I go in. Now I have my orb. Now I try to contest the high ground. And I fall down like an idiot because I miss walk and die for it. It was garbage. Oh, so many throws in a row.
Get on it.
My ultimate is fully charged. Get in there.
Undecisive, but I think my decision is just to wait out, so I do not don't want to do anything basically. I have already my ult, so I want to protect my teammates, don't want to go anywhere. I just want to wait here and regroup.
Nice work, team. Keep it moving.
I never miss my mark.
Ow. Again, my timing, there was no reason for me to peek this aggressively. I could have just waited for my tank to go there. So this would have been a Kree or something, so I could do it, but Mercy boosted Hanzo. Mercy boosted anything I shouldn't peek, and the long range sniper also shouldn't peek. I should wait for my tank to go in there first, and then if Hanzo shoots I know where he is, and then actually attack the Hanzo after my tank. You first. You know, just be polite.
They won't quit.
Or like you translate into German, you have the first kick. Sie haben den Vortritt. I hope you know that's just a joke. Please don't think that's correct English term. Really wanted to snipe the supports, and I thought I would get an angle, but I didn't.
Cybernetics regulated.
Muggel down. Stuck on the terrain, unlucky, otherwise we could have slid out. So you see the slide was there, and that was the first her attack round. So let's see how defense went. Nah.
Ready for battle.
So TMO, so somewhere here should be good enough. So we start aggressive as usual, poke them into spawn and slide out instantly with the railgun. Why am I so aggressive? I'm kinda annoyed by something, I think. So my tilting got a little bit better, so if you remembered some watch review I was really tilting a lot, so here my tilting was a lot better but not perfect. Because I'm sure here I am tilted, that's the reason why I'm going so aggressive. I mean the thing is I have Hanzo Mercy and stuff, so we should actually easily be able to contest this. And I really don't understand why we do not do it. Like, if you check this, it seems like a suicide, but realistically we have immunity field available. And Baptiste was full ammunition. So probably he was reloading. Let's see from his point of view. So he's too far away, the first thing. But again, you can't expect from your teammates to be so close. The second thing is he's distracted by something. Okay. So because he didn't expect someone to go aggressive for no reason. The witness is a jump available. He could have easily just jumped in. There was no reason for him to not to. He could have gotten easily 2 kills there. The Widow doesn't have a side lamp because she's hiding from Genji. But look at the amount the solo Genji gets, that's absurd. And Mercy, of course.
Re-engaging.
No. Mercy died. Yeah. She's helping a Winston, healing a full HP Winston and not supporting the guys that need to support. But I was right behind Winston, so probably she didn't get the lock correctly as she wanted. Oh, now I baited my Mercy to also die with me. That was a hard throw because my tank really wasn't synchronized with me, or I wasn't synchronized with my tank. Like my tank wanted to get out all the time, but I kind of forced him to go in. The Mercy tried to force him to go in, and in the end he just stood there turning circles and never went anywhere.
Just what I was looking.
Let's watch my gameplay. Even though the Mercy gameplay was probably better, still watch my gameplay. I think this offering is fine. Because my entire team walked out of this room, so we kinda need to tank some damage. The tank cannot tank in all directions at once.
Not so fast. Double airborne elimination.
In midair, no less.
And this was an okay hold there in the end.
We are falling
So usually you shouldn't hard commit, by the way, on this pass. You shouldn't hard commit until the last corner. This is where you actually hard commit, when the card is starting to go through this choke. This is where you really want to fight. During all this pass, you don't only want to poke, or if you win randomly, then you can contest, but usually there's no reason for you to hard commit on the payload to really try to stop it with full force. Just get your ults, chill a little bit. Because the thing is that it's more likely you lose here, but if you lose here, then the card will push through until here before you respawn, and then it's impossible to stop because you need to go out of this choke. But instead, if you just fight a little bit here, so if you fight a little bit here, 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 slows them down. And now they are here, and now you have all ults. So they had a slow engagement, slow push, and now they have no resources, and you can do stuff, basically. And mainly because imagine you have a 50-50 win chance for teamfights. If you win the teamfight right to the enemy spawn door, they have spawn advantage. But if you win close to your spawn door, they don't have a spawn advantage anymore. So you can contest this area forever, even if you lose a teamfight. You can if you lose slowly enough. But if you lose this area, then they just push through. You cannot recontest basically early.
This ends now.
Because don't forget, as defender, you don't need to make
Regulating.
you don't need to win team fights. You just need to prevent the enemies from winning so convincingly that they can push the payload. Like for example, you kill only the main tank, but who is going to push then? The Hanzo? The Zenyatta? Like they can all get sniped, right? Or jumped by our Winston, even if he doesn't have support. So they can get jumped, he can just put his shield. What are they going to do? This is all very unlucky because this is all unregrouped, so we just die and fight unregrouped, so there's not much I can do different. Unlucky that the Winston gets out there, but still we are like 4 and 5,
Not so
something.
fast. I'll make it worth your while.
So here, kinda want to shoot a little bit as safe as possible to enable my tank to go in. And so I know that this is a risk, but this is not about my own personal damage. I kinda bring Mercy into the fight. I kinda open this angle up for Winston, right? But I really don't know if it's worth it to risk everything. Like Winston jumps up there, it's calculated, and now we are here. And I think actually jumping up there is actually bad for the enemy Winston. So I think doing this is the best chance we had, but it still failed. But I think the chance was okay. I don't think I need to mind too much. Fails execution. Huh? Could do something with my open and my jump. That was fine. But this fight is won, so there's not too much to do.
I'm not a fan of setbacks.
Angel at your shoulder.
Not so fast.
Now I go here and shoot at the Winston when my tank just clumps out. So I actually fall back to this cover. Yeah, so I think this is better. So this cover usage is better. So first I wanted again to go forward and play from here as the first time. But because my tank retreated, it kind of failed and I was stuck in the center. So I should have retreated a little bit faster. I was risking to get head by Hanzo there. I would have killed Mercy if Winston wouldn't have pushed me. It was a little bit unlucky. But again, I think that was too aggressive. Let's watch this again. So I am back there. Hanzo, Mercy, Baptiste, Winston, there they are. So I'm the first back now. I'm inside my support. Winston jumps in. I jump out. Now the Catchers should have slided back to here somewhere. I think it really doesn't matter. Because I have the choice of jumping to Winston and jumping to Genji, and I'm dead anyway. So the only way to prevent this damage is to not be a jump target. But I'm the one ulting. So of course Winston jumps just me, and there is a low HP Mercy. Yeah, if Winston would have done this right together with my ult, would have won. Because we were investing tools anyway, and now we are losing. It wasn't too good of an ult, honestly. We were already low, our tank was already falling back. So my only hope was to actually go for an instant headshot, instant kill, and instant reward. But I ulted where I was seeing right on the enemy monkey, so he could punish me instantly and bite my attention. So it was a really bad ult in general. I think it was okay to try, but it was kind of low chance and I didn't make it basically. But I don't think that it could have stabilized there, so it's okay. This flank is kind of unnecessary, but since you're not regrouped, I don't know where to go, what to do. I told you how I'm not winning this one-on-one against Genji. Probably my aim sucks. I overstayed here this angle far too long. That's the point about this angle. At some point you need to go. I should have slided to my team long ago. Because honestly I wasn't even preventing any angle from the enemies, right? I was just standing stupidly and doing nothing and was completely ignored by the enemy team. So if you have an angle that when you prevent enemies from doing stuff, then you can do it, but the Zen shot as you would have, the Genji shot as you would have, so I really prevented nothing. So it's total waste. Kinda cannot get up to contest the Zenyatta, which is annoying me. This is such an unlucky sequence. Cannot get up, cannot finish the Mercy. Finally I managed to clean something up. Half an eternity later. I'd love to get the Mercy, but I can't. So there's nothing specifically interesting, just the enemy tank wasn't there yet, so I just spammed the side a little bit. Now I'm back with my team. I'm a little bit late. Should have been a little bit earlier, because basically the enemies can now decide to fully collapse on me and I can have a hard time escaping. So it's basically a complete trash gameplay, like I should die any second here. Now we have Transcendence, but I'm not going in, I'm looking for a flank. Yeah, so in the first 2 points we really had trouble to regroup and I had trouble to play with my tank, so in the third point I tried to do something on my own. But this wasn't it, mainly because I tried to go for flanks, but they are too long. And too easy punished and don't have enough reward, basically. Okay, we are at the last contest territory. Let me have... Actually, this is one fight which really should have won, honestly. I don't know. I would expect more from my team, honestly. What could I have done? So this thing is we have 3 ults, right? We have Hog ult, we have Mercy ult. Just press Q to win this. But if we didn't have Mercy ult, we got the ult later, okay. This was a miss. Basically, as soon as Hawk heard the Gently ult, he should have started his ult right away. Because now, don't forget, you can interrupt it and hook later during your ult then. But you can deny Gently a lot better. Yeah, no, this is just a big loss. Okay, yeah, GG, that's pretty much it. So we kind of had a very sloppy interaction together with our dive tank. Like we didn't fully go in or didn't fully spam, and the targets were going away, and we didn't have clear decisions what to shoot. I need to make it simpler, like just shoot what's easy. Like there was an easy Winston, but I didn't shoot him, I shot as a hard Tanzo instead at parts. So really, and if I would have done one basic thing of Sojourn, really the most basic thing is charge your railgun on the enemy tank, then headshot something in the backline that doesn't expect your headshot. You get easiest, fastest charge with your primary fire, you get pressure on the tank, and then you headshot something in the back that isn't looking at you, that doesn't expect it. And yeah, and basically because I didn't do it, I was always somewhere in between, and they went in with my primary fire, and then the free gun to use infight and all this stuff. So maybe the training is the most basic thing. Charge your railgun at the tank, execute the tank. Most basic stuff. The very first Sojourn guide you ever see should have this one sentence. Like your bronze, it doesn't matter. Charge your primary fire, shoot on the primary fire on the main tank. There's an AWP in the railgun, as something, finish something off, and then try again, and then repeat the cycle. And then you get fast in the cycle, and that's how to say, just an essential assassination tool you have with Sojourn, and you need to master it. So then later, if you're on a Diamond, Master, or Grandmaster League, then you can use this tool and apply this assassination tactic whenever it's the correct tactic. Because then it's kind of easy for you to do. You just know the patterns, okay, this works against, knows these characters, this works against the situations, and you know how to do it. And this is something you can train from bronze upwards, so you can start your Grandmaster training right down at bronze. Just do this one thing correctly, and you will get better, right? And so this will be my training for today. Very basic, I know, but sometimes you just need to get better at these things. I was trying here too much without this combination, and it kind of all failed. So let's go back to basics. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show, and see you next time. Bye bye. We press this button.